Hi everyone, I'm Gemma Stafford, professional chef, cookbook author, and your host of Need to Know, the #1 baking entertainment podcast where we dive into tips, trends, and tasty tidbits that bakers love most. Whether you're a long-time listener or just joining us for the first time, welcome. This week we're doing something a little bit special, a handpicked collection of our favourite moments from past episodes. These are the conversations we couldn't stop talking about, sharing, and replaying. So whether you're in the kitchen, on the go, or just here for some baking joy, this is your chance to relive the best of Need to Know or discover what makes it so beloved. So let's jump right in.
Another thing that I wanted to actually bring up while we're in our section here is all of these trends of combining flavors. So we've got sweet and salty and sweet and spicy. Or as I like to say, swalty or spicy. Do you like that, Gemma?
No, I don't. Sorry. You lost me.
Swalty. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to keep saying swalty. You know, my if you're a fan of swalty, I just saw this someone on TikTok making this Rice Krispie treat, but with potato chips. And no, don't shake your head. I am not a marshmallow fan at all, but I think it's because my marshmallows have been missing potato chips all my life. I am really sad that I was on a plane really late last night and did not get to make these for you, or I would have forced you to have some potato chip Rice Krispie treats. This looks amazing. It's like swalty. It's swalty.
It's gross.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to try you on spicy then.
Okay. What's spicy? Tell me what's spicy. I don't like chocolate and potato chips. I don't like potato chips and stuff. Don't put them in my cookies.
Chocolate covered pretzels? That's good.
Oh no.
Or what about
potato chips? Chocolate covered potato chips.
Those are good.
No.
Okay. Well, what about like trail mix with like M&Ms in there?
No.
Oh,
that's just not me.
A number of years ago, it was very trendy to have a spicy chocolate, anchovy chocolate. I never got into that. It was never really like, I don't know. I don't like spicy in my drinks. Like I don't like spicy cocktails.
Oh, I do.
I like spicy food a lot,
Yeah.
but I don't like spicy drinks. I don't like spicy chocolate.
Because it's so random. It's like, wow, I wasn't expecting. Well, you weren't expecting it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I for whatever reason it doesn't work for me, but people do love it. Someone had just recently posted about a Walmart serving hot honey cheesecake and pineapple mango tahini cheesecake. Do you know what tahini is?
I do.
For anyone who doesn't know, it's like a chili lime seasoning, basically.
Dry mix.
Yeah.
And you put it on fruit. They sell it here, in the stands, the fruit stands in LA. Like they have like these beautiful fruit stands, and then you can get tahini.
Well, what about, there's also a tahini fruit pizza. I think tahini and fruit.
No. Listen to me. Talk like 28 million views on this video. And we're going to put it in the show notes. This video of this man making a cookie dough pizza with a cream cheese. Just like we did a 4th of July one.
Right.
We're doing a 4th of July one. Cookie dough pizza, cream cheese topping, and then covered it in tahini. Just all kinds of and then put fruit on top.
I feel like
28 million views on me.
I mean, I would try it. I think I would try it over the hot honey cheesecake. Like if somebody was like, you got to try one of these things, a hot honey cheesecake, the tahini cheesecake, or the tahini fruit pizza, because I do think tahini and fruit is nice. Like I personally would not reach for tahini if I'm eating some mangoes. I would just eat the mangoes.
Yeah.
But I've had it, and I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, that's good and surprising.
Yes. I wouldn't be a fan. I saw the video and I was a little bit grossed out by it.
Yeah. The TikTok cookie challenge.
I have seen some of these challenges. They are so funny.
Are they adorable?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what the thing about it is that we've all had these moments in our house, but like you're not recording it.
Right.
And then somebody does this.
Should we explain what the TikTok challenge is?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so just in case anyone doesn't know.
So I'm going to share some video links in the show notes. So the TikTok challenge is there's 3 people, usually mom, dad, and a child. 2 people get offered cookies, but 1 doesn't. And the child kind of has to decide whether they get extra cookies or they share their cookies. You can see it all over the face if you watch these videos. It's very cute. People went in like absolutely nuts for these videos. The one of them that I watched had 6 million likes.
Did the child for the one that got that many likes? Did the child share the cookie?
It's funny, that one did, yes. And eventually they come around. It doesn't take too long either.
Yeah.
And they come around, they share the cookie because they got 2 cookies and then their mom got like none.
Right.
And one child tried to negotiate and say, rather than me give you the 2 cookies that I have, I saw the box in the kitchen. Bring over the box. And they were like, well, but you have 2 cookies. Like, no. Yeah, I know I have 2 cookies, but bring over the box. And he was like pointing out, it was like, it's right there. Just bring over the box.
The one that keeps getting me is the one where like the child sees that they have 2 cookies and the mom has none. And instead of sharing the cookie, gets super emotional and goes and like crawls into her mom's lap and is so sad for the mom.
Wasn't that so cute? And with somebody with a 5-year-old, like we've experienced all that. And, you know, when we did see this trend, we thought like that'd be so cute for George. He's the perfect age to do that.
So you did it with George.
So we did it. We have the video and definitely check it out. And if you're listening, go check it out on YouTube.
1, 2, 3. You don't eat any.
Oh, I don't get any.
I got extra.
Oh, I got one. Granny got one. George got 2. I didn't get one.
Now what do we do?
Thank you, Georgie. That is so kind.
Do I have one?
That is.
Thank you.
Now everybody gets one.
Yay!
You are so kind.
Yay!
You are the best boy.
Are they good cookies?
You can have milk with mine.
Yes, you can, sweetheart. Thank you for sharing with me. That was so incredibly kind. So what do you think of that?
Well, you know what? I'm not surprised. Of course, George was going to give you the cookie.
But he did sass me a little bit at the beginning and was kind of like, "Ha, you have no cookie." It was very sweet. But you know what? As a mother, the fact that he did like not too long after give me the cookie, that made me feel good.
It made you feel good.
No, I was like, thank God. I was thinking to myself, thank God he gave me the cookie.
You know what I'm wondering is with teenagers, could I still do that same cookie challenge? What do you think?
No,
if I had Lila there as a 16-year-old.
Do they have as much empathy? They'd be like, you've got grown-up money. Go buy your own cookie.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, I guess you don't need a cookie, Mom. Yeah. Well, actually, big question for you. Why does everyone smell like a donut? Have you noticed this?
I've noticed a very sweet smells.
Yeah,
especially
very
walking by like the younger generation.
100%. And as someone who lives with someone of the younger generation, my daughter, will often, loves to go to makeup stores, loves to go to Sephora.
Like Bath and Bed and Bath and Body Works.
All
beyond.
that, loves scented candles, and everything emanating out of her room is like vanilla, chocolate, all of these scents. So I've come to share with you a couple of her perfumes that she has so kindly offered. So this one, this Kayali Juicy Apple, is like, she's upset. Look, it's like almost gone. It's almost gone. Like she uses this obsessively all the time.
Do you know? So it's called Juicy Apple?
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny?
Yeah.
That does smell nice. That smells like a grown-up perfume.
It smells like, it's very apple-y.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think it's very apple-y.
I just smell like a nice. I actually like that.
Yeah,
I could imagine that looking at the amount that's gone from that bottle. Yeah. Less is definitely more. I'm guessing with that stuff.
She's like, I am ready for a new bottle. Like, okay.
So tell me about this one.
So Lila actually saw this on. There was a YouTuber. Now I don't know. I can't remember her name, but she said, "Mom, she sprayed this on and she walked around and everyone said, you smell like a vanilla latte, or you smell like a caramel vanilla latte." And she's like, I want to smell like a caramel vanilla latte. And so she, whatever birthday or, Hanukkah or whatever gift giving time it was on her list, and she got a bottle of this.
Bianco latte.
Yeah. Yeah. And it has this sort of sweet, you may not smell it so much unless you actually spray it on your skin, but it has this sort of caramel, vanilla caramel sort of scent to it.
I do smell the vanilla now that you said it, but you know what I did smell first? Incense sticks.
Ah, yeah.
Flavored incense sticks. You remember those when we were growing up? Do people do that anymore?
Like incense. Just burn- Yeah, you just burn incense.
sticks.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Absolutely.
what I could smell almost the smoke. Oh, I don't know what it is, the smokiness
A
or
little
something.
smoky, yeah.
But now when you said vanilla, it's like, oh, that clicked in my brain then. This is vanilla.
There's all these different fragrances, tonka beans. They're just kind of like vanilla.
What's that? What's a tonka
Tonka
bean?
bean. It's like a vanilla. It's like a vanilla. It's different, but it's similar. Do you think?
Okay.
Vanilla.
I probably should know that, right?
Vanilla, pistachio scents. Anything about
Pistachio.
wanting to smell like you're fresh out of a bakery or you're a baked good yourself. So this is it. If you want to be on, you've got your finger on the pulse of new smells, or maybe just spend time with me and Gemma in the kitchen, and you don't need all this fancy perfume.
That's true. I think so. This is Gen Z's thing, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. I get it. I get the appeal. And I have to say, so when we used to travel to America, I've said this before, when we were kids. So that reminds me, not something that I would have grown up with in Ireland, but as a 13-year-old coming to America, I remember going to Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works, yeah.
And that was a huge thing back then. And then the bath bombs that smelled like stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you know what? Go back a little bit to when I was growing up. The soap shop, the British soap shop.
Oh, Lush.
Lush.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
you
yeah,
go.
Love that place.
Which I loved that too. Going to it now gives me a headache. Like I literally can't. At one point, George loved bath bombs. I couldn't spend 5 minutes. I was like, I don't care. Just get the $20 one. Let's get out of here. I do get the appeal of this, but definitely not for maturer ladies in their 40s.
I used I have to say, I feel like this has come around because I do remember like having friends in college who were really obsessed with vanilla scented candles. And I had a friend who would, go through the kitchen, get a little vanilla extract and just stick a little vanilla extract on her.
Stop.
Yeah. She'd be like, oh, it's great perfume.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Well, it's working.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay,
So
good for
there you
them.
have it. These Fancy perfumes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have to say, I get it. I get the appeal. That apple one, I could get, I like that. Benson Boone, do you know him?
Yes, I do. He has that really popular song on TikTok.
Yes.
Yep.
And you have a 16-year-old girl,
I do.
so she's familiar.
Yes.
Yeah, so you are also familiar. I have to say, he came up, so Beautiful Things, the song that he's most famous for, which has like almost 700 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
I don't know how many on TikTok. I couldn't find that number. He started on TikTok. He's 22 years old. He won a Grammy last year. This made you think like, I'm failing at life.
Yeah,
This guy's
yeah,
22
right. Yeah.
years
What are we
old.
doing with
What
our
are we-
lives,
I know,
Gemma?
right? I know. Well, it's too late now, Ami.
No. I'm gonna pick up that guitar. I don't know how to play it, but
I know, right? But he's fantastic. He definitely is a vibe. He's all like, I feel like all 70s. I think he kind of started on TikTok, 8 million fans on TikTok. He's a fantastic singer. There's no doubt about it. I absolutely adore Beautiful Things song. It came up in my like YouTube thread one day when I was like out walking. So he debuted in ice cream at the Bottle Rock Festival in Napa. Have you heard of this festival?
no, I haven't, and I only just tell me more about this ice cream.
It is a blueberry ice cream with marshmallows, lemon, and like blueberries in the ice cream. It is purpley in color, as we know, like kind of cooked blueberries to be. I haven't had it. People recreated it online. It looks amazing. He was on Jimmy Fallon with it. I looked up who made
Is the
this, who
song
makes
about
it.
ice cream?
So the song is Mystical Magical, and he mentions the ice cream in the song.
Oh,
So if you look up on his TikTok or whatever, like you can see it everywhere. I looked up who made it. I was like, who's making this ice cream for him,
Right.
And I thought, like, is it Ben and Jerry's because he did something with Jimmy Fallon and he had his, his ice cream on there. So I don't know. I couldn't find out who's like making this ice cream for him, which like is kind
Wait,
of
does he give
intriguing.
this away at concerts or something? Is this like you can like buy a T-shirt and like some Moonbeam ice cream?
No. No, Ami, he doesn't.
This is a great idea. I want intellectual property.
But it does sound like a nice ice cream, doesn't it?
Yes, it sounds.
It does sound like a nice ice
I
cream.
mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of marshmallow in general and things, but I could see how people would really love it.
So the Bottle Rock Festival in Napa, it's every year. It is very heavy on music, but they've really done a huge push on food. So it's, I'm not a festival goer, but I have definitely entertained the idea of going to it. The celebrity chefs, Andrew Zimmerman, like they've got like amazing food there. The lineup is insane. And then they do things like this where people will like debut recipes, debut products. Andrew Zimmerman was making these like seafood rolls. There's others like other really famous chef making like margaritas with Kate Hudson. Like it's a scene.
So when you think about these festivals, do you ever feel stressed out? Like I don't go to any of these festivals, but I think like I would see some celebrity chef doing something fancy and I would think, oh, I really want to try it. But the line is so long. Like it gives me anxiety even before I've ever been to one of these. So I wonder, like, have you been to a festival and is it easy to get the food? I think
I'm not the biggest festival goer. If a food festival, yes, I'll go to a food festival.
But is it hard to get the food at the food festivals?
No, it's not. It depends on the festival.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the festival.
Yeah.
But I've been to some really awesome food festivals where you get tons of food and like really high quality and like a huge variety. No Kid Hungry does the food festival here in LA in the summertime, and I've been on the stage there and I've done the festival and some of the best restaurants from around LA, and they do really amazing tastings. Tickets are like $100.
Yeah.
So if you're ever looking for a fancy day out where you get like lovely drinks and food, that's a really good one.
Yeah. And how long do you think the line would be for the Moonbeam ice cream?
So there has been a ton of publicity around it, but it's not actually available to buy.
Well, then how are we going to try it?
Conversation. So you can make your own. So we put some videos in the show notes of like people making their own versions. You can also use my no churn ice cream and add all those ingredients into that. Like some, cooked blueberries and blueberry sauce, your marshmallows, some lemon zest in there.
That's a good idea.
I do like, I have to say, I am a fan of marshmallows. So like all that combo sounds good to me.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Moving on from blueberry ice cream, I am really excited to talk about orange creamsicles. Are you a orange creamsicle fan?
Huge. We used to get these as kids.
Yeah. Well, now I've just found out that this is the new flavor of the summer. If in addition to Moonbeam ice cream, I guess. But it's, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a combination of citrus and dairy. So the Popsicle brand, which is now owned by Good Humor, invented this in the 1930s. And it was like a vanilla ice cream on a stick, and then it's covered with an orange sherbet. It's just like kind of tangy and sweet and creamy, and that combination is so good. And then I was also reading that so this creamsicle flavor is popping up all over the place. Like Wendy's is bringing a creamsicle frosty, or they're selling a creamsicle frosty. This year, just for this year, Coke has released an orange cream, which if you're a fan of sodas, get it this year because I think they're phasing it out.
Olipop's does one. I drink Olipop's.
Oh, yeah.
They have an orange creamsicle.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
I like Olipop because it's,
Me too.
not all, it's not as much, there's no sugar in it, or there's very little.
There is little sugar and there's
little
probiotics.
Yeah. So drink an Olipop. Dunkin' Donuts is doing an orange vanilla donut and also creamsicle cookies. And there is this TikTok video of somebody, she goes so fast, I had to keep watching it. And I didn't look at the comments to see if she actually posted the recipe, but there's this creamsicle cocktail. Like, is this a thing? Like, is a creamsicle cocktail a thing, or is it her thing?
I don't know.
It looks amazing. It looks very sweet, but also the kind of thing that I might have in lieu of dessert one day.
Yeah, but for sure. Like an espresso martini. Like, that's your dessert.
She has some, she kind of whips. She has some sort of whipped cream with some kind of sweet alcohol in it, and then she makes this sort of orangey base. It looks really good.
Nice.
It looks amazing. So if you are in the mood for a sweet cocktail, or maybe it's not that sweet, maybe it's nice and tangy. And the other thing I want to remind you of is a couple of years ago we did these orange sodas. We'd made like this orange syrup that was kind of tangy. We put, it was orange juice, but we put a little extra citric acid in there so that it got kind of tangy. And then you mix it with seltzer, and then you put a scoop of ice cream on it. And I don't know if I ever told you, but right after we developed that recipe, I made it for some kids who would come over to the house, and it was such a hit. And it's so easy, and it's really nice because you can it's very sugary. It's not like it's healthy because it's homemade, but it's a wonderful treat, and it doesn't have any of that high fructose corn syrup and all of that other stuff that you would get from like an orange soda. And that it's just this wonderful, it tastes old fashioned. It tastes really classic. It's so good. I think after we record this, Gemma, I'm going to run home and make an orange creamsicle soda.
You know what? As kids, a treat that we used to get was we had a can of Fanta and a scoop of ice cream, which is a float.
That's basically
exactly it. With a scoop of ice cream, and which is orange creamsicle.
Yeah.
So I'm all about that. I've always loved the creaminess with the sweet, almost slightly sour orange,
Right.
and the ice. I love it.
Can I give a quick tip though?
Yes.
Here's a little fail of mine. I did have some extra orange juice in the house. We don't usually keep a lot of juice in our house. And I also happen to have some coconut milk. And I had this idea that my kids, even like not knowing that orange creamsicles were the thing of the summer, said, Mom, make orange creamsicle popsicles. So I mixed coconut milk with the orange juice. Yeah. That does not taste good. Oh. Don't try to make a healthy creamsicle. Just go all out for the ice cream.
Yeah.
Somehow coconut milk and orange juice, just not a good combination.
Lesson learned, Ami.
Yeah. In case anybody was thinking they were going to go healthy this summer, don't do it.
Okay, now moving on to things that are gross.
Well. Wait a minute. Am I supposed to?
We're just going down the list here. Wine and ice cream.
This I'm very curious about. Wine and ice cream. I mean, I've never even heard of such a thing.
You know, I looked into it to think like, is this something that the Italians did that we never knew about? Like, having sambuca, after your dinner, or like something kind of fancy.
Right.
And I was like, but it's not. It actually just literally is a 2025 like viral sensation of people having wine poured over vanilla ice cream.
Yeah. But it's also like different flavors. Like you'll see like different, and I thought when I was first looking this up, I thought, oh, it's like port and chocolate, or it's muscat and vanilla. But it's
Which
actually
would make
like,
a little bit more sense to
right,
me.
a dessert wine and and an ice
Baileys.
cream. Yeah, something like that. But then it's like, oh no, you can use this, Viognier over vanilla ice cream, or I actually think peach ice cream with like a fruity white wine would be really nice.
Yeah.
But strawberry ice cream and rosé.
But yes, I get, see all those things that you're saying. I that makes sense to me. So all of those things with the rosé and peaches, and that all makes sense to me, because like I find rosé so floral. A Viognier or a white wine can like have so many like notes. I'm not a red wine fan, and I associate it with like dark meats.
Right.
Or even like pizza maybe. But I can't imagine vanilla ice cream with like a Cabernet.
I think actually it's suggested that maybe that isn't the pairing, though I've seen that online. I've seen people pour red wine over vanilla ice cream. But then when I did a little bit more research on this, it was chocolate and Zinfandel. So you've got like, there are some red wines.
Okay, because that makes a little bit more sense, because they do pair red wine with chocolate.
Yeah. So it has to be the right kind of red wine. Like some red wines are a little too tannic and dry. Like the ones that I actually prefer to drink are like a Cab Franc or something that's like very earthy and light and dry. I think that would be
French. She means French.
But I do think that would be
old world
that
wines.
would be terrible. That would be terrible with ice cream. But like something that's like kind of a thicker, richer, softer. There are red wines that have, if you look at the descriptions, they have notes of vanilla, coffee, chocolate, things that I would never actually purchase in a bottle, but might be really nice.
I think we need to put our money where our mouth is.
Oh, do we get to do
try
a
it?
taste
We're going to
test?
try it, because we can't sit here and I can't give out. One of us is wrong and one of us is right. Just an FYI.
Oh well,
so I'm excited to do this because I think I'm in the winning corner.
Yeah. Well, does this make us spicy or swalty?
Let's try some. I'll go get some ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Now, I am sacrificing some ice cream, which I'm not super happy about because I love ice cream.
Yeah, you're not even thinking about the wine. You're like, whatever.
My poor ice cream. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna do red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, sure.
That's what she did in the video. So Nadine Jarbo, who I think was the one who, this is why the video that we're going to share actually in the show notes is she was
right. Yeah, she does. Right.
She did red wine and white ice and vanilla ice cream, but she did bananas and strawberries.
Right. She put fruit on top.
Which just, when I saw the bananas, I was like, no dice, lady. I gave us a little bit because I didn't want to be like,
in case we don't like it.
Well,
I've I don't want to waste all that wine.
If you told me it was like, Gem, this is what they do in Italy, I'd be like, oh, that's so fancy. I'm just realizing we put so much alcohol into our Christmas food, our baked goods in Ireland over Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
And when I got a whiff of that there, that's what
it smelled like.
It's that hard liquor.
Yeah.
And like, because I just find red wine so strong.
Yeah.
But in Ireland, you would have a lot of like whiskey breads and cakes and Christmas cake and mince meat and stuff, which would all heavy with alcohol. Whoa.
You know, it's not bad.
I will. Do you know what? No, it's not bad. No, I agree with you. I don't think it's like
You're not like going to go run and do it now. But do you know what it reminds me of?
what?
When I was growing up, my dad, and even now when I visit, he makes Cherry's Jubilee. It's his specialty. And he, he would make it, and then we would turn off all the lights in the kitchen. He would light it on fire.
Flambe it, yeah.
Yeah, it would all be this like big presentation. And there's something about that little bit of alcohol bite and the ice cream that reminds me of Cherry's Jubilee.
When you said Cherry's Jubilee, I made that connection.
Yeah.
I was like, I get that.
Yeah.
With the dark, because is that Kirsch or what's in that?
I don't know what he does. Brandy?
Then you think about Blanche Foster.
Mhm.
Is it whiskey?
Rum.
Blanche Foster is yummy. I love those kinds of things. But I have to say, I think that for me, I think red wine is so rich.
Mhm.
It's so complex. There's so much going on. And I think it might just be too much for me over a scoop of ice cream. This ice cream is extremely creamy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that does actually complement it.
Yeah.
And kind of cuts that tannic.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I mean, I have to say, I don't think you like it. She doesn't, does she, Joey?
It's like I like, you know what it is? I like.
Come on now, tell the truth and shame the devil, as they'd say in Ireland.
Well, let me get a word out. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I like the initial taste, and there's like an aftertaste that I don't love. But
Yeah.
I feel like
That means you don't like it.
no, I feel like I feel like it's worth exploring. Like maybe it's like,
Well, then explore it. Eat the whole thing.
well, I will. Well, okay, I'll tell you
Joey,
what.
go close up on her. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I know. Can you turn off the camera so I can use my spit bag?
No, I think,
actually,
yeah.
This is really good. I think this is really good.
Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. Thank you for listening to wherever you listen to podcasts. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and let your friends know about Need to Know. And we will see you back here again really soon. Thank you so much. From HRN and the Bold Baking Network, you are watching the Need to Know Baking Entertainment Podcast.